You don't have to be an expert before you get married. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Don't let anybody deceive. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Maybe, and on this channel we talk about faith, family, finance, and lifestyle. If you're interested in any of this content, please click the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you know when I post a new video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about something very interesting, something very controversial, and something very not talked about in the way I want to talk about it. So, of course, you already know from the title, we're talking about sex. We're talking about the benefits of waiting to marriage. We're talking about how you can wait till marriage and all of those very chilled stuff. Yeah, so it's not going to be like a very formal video. I'm not going to be giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tips on how to wait before marriage. And I'm just going to be gisting you guys about how it is very doable. I did it. A lot of other people have done it, and you can do it too. And of course, you can be thinking, okay, so why do I have to wait till marriage before sex? Because it is what God says. I mean, God created sex, whether you like it or not, because God created man and woman, and He created marriage, and He gave them this beautiful thing to do in marriage, and it is sex, right? Out of all the other things He created the institution of marriage for, sex is one thing that He gave to married people. Like, okay, you guys enjoy this. So I'm just going to be gisting with you guys of how I made a decision, to not have sex before marriage. So, of course, I was given birth to in a Christian home, and we always went to church. And of course, my mother told me that if a boy touches me, I'll get pregnant, and I didn't want to get pregnant. So if your mom told you that, comment down below and let me know whether you believed it or not. At the time I was told, I believed it, that okay, if a boy touches me, I get pregnant, I fall pregnant. Right? So of course, we avoided boys. Then when I got into secondary school, when I got into senior secondary school, I really understood that, okay, that thing mommy told me was a lie. And of course, I knew how you get pregnant and all that. It wasn't just one of the things I was interested in, having sex before marriage. And of course, by the time I was in junior secondary school, I already knew who Christ was. I already gave my life to Christ, personally. Apart from being born into a Christian home and being a church girl of my life. So I personally gave my life to Christ. I was reading my Bible, I was praying, I had a relationship with God, and I kind of understood what He wanted me to do and what He didn't want me to do, right? So, of course, I knew that having sex before marriage, which is fornication, is a sin. And of course, I also knew that you have to flee from every appearance of evil. I knew that my body was a temple of God and all of that. So I knew all of those things. So not having sex before marriage just became a part of me. And in this generation, people don't want to hear it. Why would you say people should not have sex? It's just a normal thing. In fact, a 15-year-old is having sex. Everybody's having sex, right? And this is not me even judging anybody to say that, okay, if you're having sex before marriage, you're a sinner, you're going to hell. No, that is not the message I bring to you. The message I bring to you is Christ, His love. God loves everybody, right? If you say that you love God, if you say that you want to do the things of God, then you have to do the things that He has said, right? You have to give yourself to God fully, if you know what I mean, right? So I knew that, okay, I wasn't going to be having sex before marriage. When I got into the university, I think it was in 300 level, I just had this leading in my heart to start a group for young girls. So the group name was Yes You Can Abstain from Premarital Sex. Yes You Can APS. That was what I called it. And yeah, I just talk to people whenever I just get the opportunity. I just talk to people about how that you can abstain, how that it is the will of God for you to not defile the marriage bed, how that you can do this by the Spirit of God and all of that. So when I started dating, I think because in our generation it is actually very hard to find people that you're on the same page with when it comes to premarital sex. It's really hard because nobody really believes in it anymore, right? So it was really hard for me to find a person that I liked that was on the same page with me. And also know that I was really young. I was a teenager when I started dating. So in all of my relationships, apart from when I met my husband, it was always a case of me saying to the guy I was with that we are not having sex in this relationship. And of course, most of them agreed. Of course, we are not having sex, we are not having sex. You're not going to come and force me to have sex, right? And some would be like, okay, you're joking. So it was one reason why I really enjoyed long distance relationship, because on this particular issue, we were not on the same page. So if you are in one city, I'm in the other city, and we are dating, I'm like, oh, that's good for me. At least we are not seeing each other. You're not pressurizing me to have sex, even if we are living together, even if we are in the same city and you are pressurizing me. What's that will happen is that we'll break up, because of course I'm not going to bend my rules or my standard. However, tip number one would be that you should find somebody that is on the same page with you. It makes it very easy that you don't even have to talk about it. We are not having sex before marriage. Okay, yes, period. Moving on to the next. Like, you guys are chasing after other important things. You guys are looking at how to become better people. You guys are looking at how to become a better couple, how to be a better child of God. You know, you're focusing on the most important things. You're just being built up in the most amazing ways, right? Rather than exploring your bodies and doing what God is not happy with. Yeah, so find yourself a person that you're on the same page with, and a person that will be on the same page with you as regarding not having sex before marriage is a Christian, is a child of God, a born again child of God. So find that for yourself. Then the next one would be that after you have found this person, you don't compromise the situation. So what I mean is, this is flesh. The flesh is weak. Even when the Bible says that you should flee from every appearance of evil, it's not talking about a child of the devil or when you are with darkness or whatever. Even amongst brethren, flee when you see that, okay, this is not looking good. Flee, like just run, literally. Like not being in a compromising situation, like staying together, like visiting each other at odd hours, sleeping over in each other's house. I mean, let us not come and be hearing stories that touch you. Just like, we didn't know how it happened. We didn't. Even though people that say that thing, I'm like, okay, don't know how it happened. But so that we just even avoid the story altogether, don't put yourself in that situation. See yourselves in broad daylight. I remember when I was single and when I was much younger, and I used to attend all these relationship seminars, and they will always say these things: see yourselves in broad daylight, stay in the places people are, and people would laugh. I would actually laugh. I'm like, it's not that deep, but it is actually that deep. It is actually that deep, you know. The devil is just constantly looking for, especially when you have made a decision to stand, the devil is always looking for ways to make you fall, to make you say, so that you can say to your face, Shabi, you say you can do it. Shabi, you think you're better than everybody else. But yeah, so don't put yourself in compromising situations. You know what a compromising situation is. When you see that, okay, this is actually not good for both of us. When you say that, okay, both of us are already feeling fire, please go to where water is. No story. Don't leave it to, it can't happen. Let's just stay. Let's just chill. No, don't do that. Don't do that. So that's number 2, right? Third one will be that when you have found this person that you're on the same page with, you guys have been able to, you know, overcome all the temptations. Just get married as soon as you can, right? Once everything is in place, you're financially stable, you're emotionally stable, spiritually stable. What else do you want? Just get married, because when you are in a relationship, in a godly relationship for too long, you just leave. I feel like you create avenue for the devil to cheat you. Yeah, if that makes sense. You are with this person that you want to be with for the rest of your life. So what's stopping you from being with them now? When things are set, things are in motion, you know that, okay, there is a progression, there is a forward progression. So why not just get married? There is no need to be dating for 7 years, courting for 7 years, 5 years, 6 years. I feel like it's too long a time, you know, to be in a relationship, to be in a godly relationship. Just get married. And people would always talk. Don't listen to bullies, especially if you're a virgin or if you're now being celibate. You've been sexually active before, but now you've made a decision to, you know, do it God's way, wait till marriage and everything, and people know about it. People would always bully you. Like, so what do you think you are? Do you think you're better than everyone else? Do you think you'll find a husband that will marry you before me? It's a lot. But don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Nobody is saying that it's going to be an easy journey. If it is easy, everybody will be doing it. So definitely it is not easy. And definitely it means that you are doing something right. When people bully you like that, it's because they cannot be like you, or they want to be like you, but they can't. They don't see the reason yet why you're doing it, but you know the reason, you see the reason, so just stand by it. Encourage yourself in the Lord. When you say, oh, it's because nobody's toasting you, no guy is looking at you, that's why you now hide under the shadow of being celibate, go to the mirror, tell yourself you are beautiful, you are wonderfully made by God. God loves you. The right man is coming for you, the man that will love you, cherish you, and enjoy sex with you when you both get married. When you both eventually get married, okay? So don't let anybody bully you into doing what is not God's thing. People now say, oh, when you're after a certain age, you shouldn't be a virgin anymore. Like, it doesn't make sense if you're a virgin after 22, after 23, then it's not right. Don't mind anybody. Like, don't let anybody put you under pressure. You can be a virgin, you can be celibate at any time in your life, as long as you are single. When that man comes, when that woman comes that God has given, that God will give you, trust me, it's going to be beautiful in his own time. Okay, so I hope this video encouraged you, and I hope I've been able to encourage you again. Sex before marriage is a sin. You shouldn't do it because God doesn't want you to do it. Sex is for marriage. You should wait till marriage. You should wait for the spouse that God will give to you and relish your bodies together. Find ways around it together. You don't have to be an expert before you get married. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Don't let anybody deceive you. Make a decision to wait to marry to have sex, and also that you know that sex is beautiful and it is by God, and He wants you to enjoy it with your married partner. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you watched till this time, please put in the comment section, I will wait. It's just a way of me knowing that you stayed till this time, and if you did, it means you enjoyed the videos. Please click the subscribe button. It will mean a lot to me. Till next time I come your way, I hope that you do well, you stay well, and God bless you. Bye.